This episode of Clash of the Podcast, we will dedicate this to Darren Drozdoff, aka Droz, professional wrestler, passed away, former NFL player. Some even knew him as Puke. He was someone who got injured in the wrestling ring, and he showed his strength for a very long time, and he has recently passed away. I wanted to give him some love on this. Sean, I'll pass it to you if you have any words before we get into our official intro.
Yeah, most definitely. Sleep in peace to Darren Drozdoff. Also a big shout out and condolences to D'Lo Brown. We all know the backstory with that and how they had an accident in the ring, and um, D'Lo has said that he's so thankful that he and Droz stayed friends. I mean, nobody would have blamed Droz for, like, even if it was unwarranted, to just kind of separate himself from D'Lo. But Droz knew it wasn't D'Lo's fault, and they were really, really good friends. So rest in peace to Droz. Condolences to Droz's family. Condolences to D'Lo Brown, and sleep in peace.
This is Clash of the Podcast, episode 44. We're going to be talking a lot of Money in the Bank, the past, the present, and possibly the future of what's going to be happening with this. Sean's got some interesting thoughts that we're going to get into. We're going to talk about our favorite and maybe even least favorite. Maybe we'll just do favorites. Favorite Money in the Bank winners, favorite cash-ins, and we'll get a little bit of a pro wrestling discussion in there. I feel like I got everything. Am I missing something?
Nah, you're not missing nothing. I got you right now, bro. Conrad, drop that thing.
Welcome everybody. Clash of the Pod, episode 44. It felt like one was yesterday. I just put that on the list that Good Pods retweeted out. They were asking me for some of my favorite episodes. I put that in there. So big shout out to those who listen on Good Pods. Much love to everybody involved with that. I mean, there's not much I can complain about today. How's your day going, Sean?
It's going well, man. Had a lot of work to do today. Really tried to. I kind of work on my own schedule for the most part, so I was really trying to bust out a lot of stuff because the whole world shuts down tomorrow. Obviously, in a good way. We're all going to have a day off. Most of us have a day off. So I had to kind of bust out a lot today. So I was all over the city doing what I had to do. But I'm always glad to hear being with you, my brother. My voice is kind of somber today, and it has nothing to do. I'm not, obviously, other than Droz, which is a sad thing. But I'm so entrenched in this saga that WWE is giving us, man. And my brother Conrad has continued to try and talk me down, and we're gonna see a lot of that today.
Well, I have a quote to start this off from, and it's from Mail Sport, MAIL Sport. Make sure I give full credit here. And it comes from Sami Zayn. Quote, I think from a character and story perspective, it does make sense to see Jimmy or Jey Uso do it at this point in reference to beating Roman Reigns for his title. Going back into what you were saying, do you want to start off the show with this before we get into the Money in the Bank? And I see Quills, Joel, Guy Will Gamble, Matt Lopez, Jocelyn, Damon McKinney, Sick. What is good, everybody? Much love, much appreciated. I need you guys to weigh in on this too. I'm gonna go back in and get that, but I kind of wanted to read that quote to get Sean's initial reaction real quick when it comes to that.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be as boisterous as I normally would be, bro. I'm just not feeling it right now. And when I mean not feeling it, like, I'm in a great mood, and I'm thrilled with the result of Money in the Bank. But to me, this is not going to work out, and it's not going to work out. And the thing that bothers me the most, guys, is that there's no reason for it not to work out. there's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't work out. Roman Reigns is not going to break Bruno Sammartino's record. So there's just no reason. I mean, if they're trying to surpass Hogan, I don't know. But there's just no reason for this not to play out. I admit there's people like McKinney and Gamble, and Gamble's I kind of agreed with me the whole time, but there's people like McKinney and Sick and E who have told me, and of course Conrad, who have said, listen, just be patient. We know it would have been awesome if it happened back in February, but just be patient, right? And I've been as patient as I could be. I've expressed my displeasure with the delay for quite some time, right? Correct. So I've tried to keep an open mind, and the payoff was pretty satisfying at Money in the Bank. The only problem, guys, is that it's not going to mean anything when all the dust settles and all the smoke clears. One of the worst feelings in wrestling, and we all know we're grown men here, grown men and women. Shout out to the ladies as well. We know this is scripted. We know this is not real life, but we're invested. We love this industry, and we want it to play out the way we want it to play out. And I'm not talking about having. I'm talking about 5-year-old Sean. Not talking about having Hogan be champion forever. Not talking about, for the people a little younger, Cena being champion forever. Not talking about DX making their 87th comeback. We're being realistic, and we're being realistic, and we're being logical about this thing, right? But in this case, let me take this off. In this case, there's just no conceivable reason in my mind why this couldn't play out the way I've been begging for it to be played out. And as Jimmy Uso tagged Jay, and Jay scaled to the top of the ropes and jumped into the air and landed on Roman Reigns, and the pin was counted 1, 2, 3. It was one of the weirdest, Conrad, this is for you too, brother. This is one of the weirdest moments in my fandom/journalist career. And I'm going to tell you why. I was exuberant at the thought of Jay getting that pin. But almost immediately, Conrad, I realized it's not going to matter. It's just not going to matter, because we're going to go to SummerSlam and Jay's going to lose, and we're going to have Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40, and this is going to be all for nothing. And Conrad, I'm going to throw it back to you because I could talk about this all day. I just don't understand why, other than the real life stuff that you've thrown at me, which I appreciate, the real stuff, life stuff you've thrown at me about Jay and Jimmy's off the camera, things that they're dealing with. I get that. But outside of that, and that's a biggie, I'm not trying to downplay it, but outside of that, there's just no reason, and chat, let me know if I'm bugging right now. There's just no reason that we, not just me, I know that I've been screaming about this for 6 months, but there's no reason that we, the fans of this industry, the fans that we have put our emotions in, our tears in as children, and even as adults, our money and our time investments, there is no reason that we should not see Jimmy or Jay, probably Jay, but Jimmy's been doing well too. There's no reason we should not be able to see one of those young guys with that title in the air and pyro blasting off in the sky. There's just no reason for it. And that's where I'm at with it. It was one of the most exhilarating / disappointing moments of my entire time watching wrestling, because within 10 seconds, I was thoroughly excited, and within 10 seconds, I realized this is not going to mean, excuse my language, I'm not going to cuss too bad. This doesn't mean a damn thing. And it's such a shame, Conrad. It's such a shame.
I
Please tell me your thoughts on what I just said.
I am in full agreement with what you said about the disappointment part. I will stand firmly in. I kind of walked away from this show similar to what Jocelyn had said. Jocelyn had mentioned that Money in the Bank was okay, and I don't mean that from like it was bad. I'm tired of like the build up being something that you think is going. I see the end game. There's only one end game here when you look at it, and you know where they're going. You know when it's going to happen. You just got to wait to see what they're going to do. Now, could they have some twists and turns along the way? Sure. But when the twists and turns don't matter is when I'm kind of like, and maybe that's as a result of me being, I'm going to use a term that I don't like to use, too smart. Maybe I'm too smart for this, but it just seems funny, like that they're making this move and doing this. What I will bring up, though, that is the irony of this match, why I love this match so much. People forget Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins faced the Usos one time on a Money in the Bank pre-show years ago. And I thought it was sad. It was I remember the show not being good. And I remember that was the match of the night, was the pre-show match. And they went out there and they were like, not going to put us on the regular show? Okay, that's fine. I'm going to make you put us on the regular show and take notice. And I thought it was a beautiful moment that they all got to be in the ring again at Money in the Bank, but this time in the main event. I felt like that was kind of a, whoever said we should have been on the pre-show back then. Don't you ever waste my time. So it was good. I was happy for it. And I want to be excited like you, man, but I just feel like I got my guard up. Like, nope, you're not getting me.
Does my face look excited right now, bro? Like, I was excited in the moment, but
Oh, but I couldn't even let the 10 seconds get me though. I was sitting there and I was just like, oh, I'm shocked they did that. But I hope people aren't gonna think what they're gonna think. I don't know. I'm amazed that so many people are so invested in this.
But that's the only thing we disagree on, Conrad. How can you not be, bro? This is one of the this is the problem. This is the problem, Conrad. And the problem is what you've been talking about for 6 months, trying to talk me down off this ledge. The problem is we know it's not going to be a payoff. That's the problem. If this thing culminated, you know how I do, Conrad. Look at me. Look at me, my brother. If this thing culminated, right, in Jey Uso, once again, honorable mention, or Jimmy Uso, winning the undisputed title, this would all be worth it. This would be amazing. But we know that it's not going to happen. And I don't think anybody in the chat, nor you, other than that, like I said, that very real life example you gave me about the DUIs, which is a very real thing. Nobody can give me a reason why not, other than WWE just continues to not give us. And I see, who's that, Rob? There's no pleasing you guys. Is that Rob? I just want to make sure. Rob, I feel you, bro. I know it sounds like sour grapes, but am I wrong? Aren't we going to SummerSlam with Jey Uso, and isn't Roman Reigns going to retain the title? Yes. So my thing is, as awesome, Rob, I feel you, as awesome as Money in the Bank was, Conrad, I'll throw it back to you. What does it really mean?
And it's not that there's no pleasing us. I've dealt with storylines where I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Kenny and Hangman. You can insert some different Ray and Dominic. You kind of know where that one was going for the most part. I'm actually shocked at the ending. I feel like it's not done yet, but we're getting there with that storyline. You know where some of the stuff is going. Even Gunther, you're trying to beat the honky.
So Conrad, and I need you to dig into this thing for me, bro. And I need you to put on the hat that you normally always wear, which is like this very intellectual hat. Tell me, I need you to tell me. There you go, my brother. I need you to tell me outside of the real, because I'm not sure that's what it is anymore. It could be, and if it is, there's no denying you're breaking it down perfectly. The DUIs, they're not sure if they can trust them. If that's the case, then I'll have to live with it. But let's just, for argument's sake, say that's not it. Why not? I just need you to break it down for me right now.
I feel like if it's not that, the reason is that they just see the Usos as a tag team. You are saddled with, we're twin brothers. They love that in pro wrestling. They've always have. I'm trying to think if there's any example of where twin brothers got to break away. Have we ever had that?
I don't recall. I don't recall.
That's why I think it's difficult to remember, this is coming through the eyes of, how old is he? 70?
Yeah, 70 something. 70
70-year-old man.
Almost 80 probably.
It's coming through his eyeballs. I know Triple H is in charge, but there's still a little guy who pops up on his screen on his phone telling him, "Hey pal, we better not do that." And we know that's what's happening. So I don't think they believe in them enough. And like I said, I think the past history is the most important part. If I can't trust you outside, I can't trust you here.
No, but we're not doing that, Conrad. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, and I'm telling you we're not doing that, my brother, because we can't do that. We can't talk about this DUI thing until we're blue in the face, even though I'm saying to you right now, you're 100% right. But what we're doing right now is we're searching for anything other than that. And you just explained it to me. Now, I heard you. Twin brothers, tag team, keeping them in a box. But my God, man, did you see that reaction on Saturday night? Good Lord.
Listen, I can't deny what's in front of me.
Yeah, man.
I can see it. It sounds like he's getting a reaction. The problem is, when have they booked for our reaction? The last time we talked about it pre-show. It's probably what name do I want to call him? I guess Daniel Bryan. If I messed this up on Wednesdays, you know why.
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan was probably and guess why that happened? They were forced to. Because he was going to wrestle Sheamus again. Do you know how mad I would have been if they announced that match? I don't even think this company understands. I'm like, you gave me the same match for like 27, 28, and then you skipped it for 29, then you went right back to it for 30. Why?
I'm gonna appeal to the chat because you guys have gotten a chance to know me, and I want to tell you, Quills, Gamble, McKinney, Vinny, welcome. M. Leezy Fashizi, Sick with it. JJ, appreciate all you. I want you to know something. Joel, I want to know if I'm freaking bugging right now, man. Somebody tell me, including you, Conrad, Sean, you thinking Jey Uso should beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam is ridiculous. Somebody tell me that.
But I won't tell you that, though, because I'm a big fan of the what-if scenario. Why does everything have to be how I could book like WWE all day if you want me to? It's just sometimes you do need that. That's what made Attitude Era great. What if the title just changed hands tonight on Raw? What? Why would we do such a thing?
Right.
Why not? Anything can happen, right?
But to put a stamp on this, Conrad, and thank you for allowing me to open up the show, man. It was an awesome night, man. It was an awesome finish. And by the way, talking about another you know what that means moment. LA Knight,
the basis of this storyline to me, though.
Yeah, LA Knight not winning Money in the Bank. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on. It's like we got Io Sky, thank God, right? But good Lord, man, it's like 9 times out of 10, like they're just not gonna. If they hear that we want something, it's almost like they go out of their way not to give it to us.
Right. I mean, listen, we can run through it real quick. I got some stuff for the card.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's start off with the Money in the Bank main matchup here. Yeah, it occurred. It was happening.
Yeah.
Were you shocked by the winner of this match? They went with Damian Priest.
Well, D Priest was my sleeper pick, if you recall.
You did call it because Rob said, was it you who said it? I was like, no, it was Sean who said that. My sleeper pick was Nakamura.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know what it is? Coming off of Puerto Rico, I think that Damian Priest deserved this opportunity. But again, I mean, the fans are just clamoring for LA Knight. So I don't know. Anything other than LA Knight, no doubt. That's what's up. Anything other than LA Knight, it was going to be a letdown, bro. Like, Sick with it. Big hug, suffering from. You're probably right, Sick. Pray for me, my brother. Pray for me. Anything other than LA Knight was going to be a letdown. And you know what? What a disservice to Damian Priest, too, right? Because Damian Priest has his moment in the sun and the fans are booing him. Not that they're booing Damian Priest, but they're booing the fact that it wasn't LA Knight, right? So it's like, you're killed twice.
I don't know. I just, this is okay. So Rob put up the thing before about there's no pleasing you guys. No, there is pleasing me. The problem is WWE is like, I don't know what to call it. It's like that ex that you still got to deal with, like in school or college or something, that you still run into, and they're like, hey, we should hang out. You're like, nah, I remember what you've done before. Nah, I'm good. Right. We had a lot of good times together, but we're nah, that's it. And WWE's just mistreated me so many times that I'm like, I can't believe you when you say something. You told me Vince was gone, he's back. You told me that you were going to be better this time. We're going to make some changes around here. You lied. You told me you're doing a draft. You lied. All right? You lied. You lied way too much. You lied to your talent.
You called it with that draft. That draft might as well never happen.
What draft? Bring back those shirts, right? What draft? We don't have a draft. It doesn't exist. And the thing with LA Knight, I believe that he is still this. I've been told from a few months back that this is part of the plan. They've planned this perfectly. He must have cut a promo during the Bray Wyatt time, and they said, we are going to make people think that we don't like this guy. And they're going to get behind him. So they know what they're doing. They're smarter than they look in WWE. It's just the question of, when do you give it to this guy? He's oozing charisma. And some people are probably thinking it's his time. Chat, you let me know what you think of Mr. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Too good. I'm just interested to hear what people thought of it. So Priest winning, I heard a rumor too, or a way that someone put it was, Triple H wanted LA Knight, Vince wanted Logan Paul. So then they said, let's meet in the middle. How about Priest? Priest seemed like a safe pick. He's been putting in work for him. You really can't complain too much about it. I mean, I don't know. I want to hear what the chat thinks about Priest, because I thought that was a screwy finish. Guy Will Gamble says the issue is that the story will probably end up being too good and will break our hearts. What if it ends up Solo as champ? I can't see them doing that.
I think that was directed towards me specifically with the whole, like, I'm so disappointed about Gamble. That would be a very, very, very good consolation prize. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be Jay. I think the roof would go off the building. But I think even if Solo, I think I could live with that. Conrad, how do you feel?
I like Solo. I just don't see them giving him that now. I could see it in the future, but for the purposes of this storyline, I love the role that he plays as like the unstoppable. You need that guy for Roman to have in this corner for the eventual where we're going with this. With Solo as champ as the culmination be a good ending?
Very good consolation prize. Consolation prize, I think, is even an understatement, because consolation seems like But I mean, I want Jay and or Jimmy, because I feel like that brings the story full circle. But if Solo came out of nowhere and became the new tribal chief, it wouldn't bother me.
Right? Vinny, what's up, Vinny? He comes in and says they don't see Jay or Jimmy as the next face of the company, unfortunately.
But go back to the comment for me, bro. Please go back to that.
Sean, you're controlling this, bro. Go ahead.
Would you cut it out, please? Good God almighty. Vinny, excellent question. Or excellent statement, I should say. But the thing is this, right? Was Chris Jericho ever the face of WWE? Was Edge ever the face of WWE? Even was Batista. I mean, debatable, but John Cena was always there. You can be the WWE champion or the world champion and not be the face of the company, Vinny. So my thing is this. That's a tremendous point you're making. 100%, right? But give us, I mean, I never said, see, here's the thing I want to be very clear, Conrad, and I don't know if you know this, you probably do. I never said that I think Jay should win the title and hold it for 6 months. I never said that. I just think we should get the pay. I don't care if you won the title at SummerSlam and lost it the next night on Raw. It wouldn't bother me at all, bro. We just deserve our moment in the sun. That's all I'm saying. Great point, Vinny. Great point. But you don't.
Here's my question. Here's a question to a question. Is Cody Rhodes going to be the face of the company if he wins? I don't think he is.
You know why I think so? I would tend to agree with you 100%, Conrad, normally. But I think that when Cody wins, Roman's going to go off the scene, and they're going to make him the face of the company.
See, because I think with that, then you have Roman as a bigger star when he returns. That doesn't mean
but he might not return for 6 months.
That's fine. But see, when you ascend to the spot, you can always say that moment when someone lost the spot to someone else. There's been years where you could argue maybe it was this guy, maybe it was that guy, but for the most part, you knew Bret Hart's time in the sun was done after that super kick at WrestleMania 12. He was not the top guy alone. Mm-hmm. Listen to what I'm saying, alone anymore. They started adding more players into the mix. When Shawn took that stunner at WrestleMania 14, you're done. It's over. It's on to the next guy. And I don't see them just saying like Cody's that dude. I feel like Cody's not going to have some year-long title run. They're not going to invest the same resources they put into Roman with Cody. Let me see here. He said Vince will get the final call on who beats Roman. Roman is his baby basically because he knew Roman was special. Anything other than that, that's a pretty big thing to consider though.
You're right. Talking about the DUIs, 100%. And if that's it, then I'll stand corrected. I just think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Conrad, they've been putting some pretty high-profile spots, right? It's like main eventing. They've main evented about 4 pay-per-views now in a row.
Yeah, it's by association too, though. Yeah. That's. But I don't want to say that either because how is it okay in this situation, but it's not okay in that? You could argue that too. How is it okay now, but it's not okay for the big moment?
There you go.
You can argue that for a lot of things. McKinney says, here's the thing. I think anyone on the roster getting the pin on Roman would have gotten that same response. I think so. I think Drew would have got a big response. I don't think he's lying. Well, let's not say anyone. I think it depends, but if it was someone who was special enough, Drew, Sammy.
You're probably McKinney. We butt heads all the time. McKinney's a good guy, man. I like McKinney. You're probably right. But does Jay not give you that full circle extra? I mean, we're talking about Jay and Roman were the one. Jimmy was hurt. Jay and Roman were the ones who started this whole thing, man. So, but you're probably right. Let me give you your credit. I mean, if, like you said, Drew or somebody else probably would have got a big pop too. So.
Yeah, like I just don't see like Riddle would have been the guy to get that pop.
Not Riddle, no.
But you know what I'm saying? Like not anyone. He said anyone.
Right.
Jay Uso beating Roman Reigns isn't ridiculous. I don't think WWE will pull the trigger based on whatever reason through the past 3 years. Jay has put in the work, Matt Lopez says. Six says, I don't think it's ridiculous. I think it's too soon. I do think it's too soon. Vince hasn't milked the Roman Reigns and Bloodline cow enough yet. I'm telling you, but there's going to be a day where that udder is dry. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm using the same cow analogy.
Why can't we use this time where Jay is as hot as fish grease, right? And I keep forgetting, I'm sad, I don't want to do this. And Jimmy, because either one would be epic, right? But Jay or Jay, why can't we milk this cow, I'm using his words now. Why can't we talk about how they're hotter than fish grease? And even if they won the title, give me SummerSlam. Give me SummerSlam and give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. Hey, Randy Orton won the title. Right? Randy Orton won the title from Triple H. I mean, from the one who should not be talked about. And then Triple H won it back a month later when it wasn't working, right? How come we can't just test the waters? That's all I'm asking.
Because they know we'll go off about. I was very mad they did that to Randy Orton.
Oh, well, I thought that Randy Orton proved.
Time out. So this goes back into pettiness.
Oh, don't get me back into. Oh, here we go. I want to open up that can of worms.
No. Because people just think I do it for Punk. I do it for a lot of people. You know why Randy Orton won, right?
Randy Orton won.
Whose record was broken when Randy Orton won? Brock Lesnar was the youngest.
Oh, yeah.
Champion. And they did that. So, Randy's the new youngest WWE champion. He's our guy because he's loyal to us. Yeah, have fun playing football.
But Laura would tell you that Orton, that was kind of a testing ground. So by the time they got to the next pay-per-view, they realized, no, am I wrong?
No, I just felt like they did that, and then why would you have Triple H beat him? Maybe he was immature, could have been that, but at the same token, why would you have that? Why would you give that young man that moment and then beat him? And I felt like he was in purgatory after that for a long time.
It's not often that I disagree with you vehemently, bro. Sometimes you have to. That's why I get a lot of heat because of the old WCW days. Oh, the title changed hands every 5 minutes. So what? Other than David Arquette and Vince Russo, I had no problem with that, bro. Every week you had to turn into Nitro. You know why? Because the Giant could win the title, or Ric Flair could win the title, or Macho Man could win the title, or Hogan could win the title. Every single week, bro.
You could. Listen, I just think that it's a bad omen sometimes. And I'm not mad that they switched it. I'm mad that they switched it back to Triple H.
Well, the Triple H would probably make you mad. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, don't. If y'all ever want to rant, you give me 60 minutes on this podcast one Monday about the Reign of Terror. I will complain until the cows come home on what they did.
Is there a reason why we couldn't do that?
There's not, but there's just not enough time today. But you give me that time, I will make the time to let you know how I felt about that.
But to stay on topic, my brother, Jey Uso winning the title at SummerSlam and losing the title at Clash of the Castle, whatever the September pay-per-view is. I wouldn't be mad at that. Let me shut up, bro.
Listen, it's fair. I don't know if I want Knight with the briefcase chasing Roman right now, to be honest. He's not chasing Roman.
He wouldn't be chasing Roman.
If he chases Roman, he's losing then. I'm sorry. I'm just.
By the way, he doesn't have to chase. Sadly, he doesn't have to chase Roman or Seth Rollins.
That's true.
They can go for the Intercontinental United States. That's how stupid WWE is. Don't get me started.
Guy Will Gamble said there's a much better story with Priest and Judgment Day and Rollins. Derek says he doesn't care for Priest.
Derek, my guy Derek.
Let's see. I love LA Knight. He has it all, but it's a little too soon. Let that bake a little more. Also, I don't know. LA Knight needs a better finisher. Is it just me? A finisher helps make the wrestler better, in my opinion. Yeah, but the problem is every finisher's been done, or you need to do something crazy now to say there it is. That's 6:30. What else do you want me to do? That's me reminding everyone to hit that like button. Haven't shielded yet. Cray, I really think LA Knight didn't need Money in the Bank. Remember, Money in the Bank is supposed to be for stars who need the push. Edge, Sheamus, RVD, Punk, Kennedy, Sandow, I guess Randy Orton and John Cena, right? LA Knight doesn't need it right now. Quill says Triple H said at the press conference that good things come to those that wait in regards to LA Knight not winning.
Shut up. Triple H needs to shut up because Triple H is starting to get on my nerves with that stupid crap. Although good things come to, not that you're making a bad point, Quills, I heard it too, but Triple H needs to shut his damn mouth because he's sitting up here playing games. Oh, good things come to those who wait. So now you're going to mock us. Now what you're going to do is you're going to mock us. After you didn't give us what we want, now you're going to mock us and say good things come to those who wait? Give me a break. We've been waiting for 10 years.
Ooh, we got a side question here. Sick was talking about when I was bringing up who was the person at the time. If that's the case, who was the face of the company during the Attitude Era? It was Rock and Stone Cold. See, I like to do it by year more so. And who do y'all feel had a little more popularity? I think it was Stone Cold. I will agree. I think Stone Cold had more popularities because Stone Cold ran it, I'll say, from 98, 99. 2000 was the year of The Rock and Triple H, though. Those two. And I would say more so Rock was the guy on top.
2000 was the Rock's year. 2000 was the Rock's year.
2001, I think, was the Rock's year, too. I think 2002 was when it gets a little muddy, gets a little Ruthless Aggression. They're trying to experiment, and then they fall into the laps of Brock. But personally, I think Stone Cold. I don't know if you feel the same.
I would say. I mean, I have it down by year. I have 98 Austin, 99 Austin, Rock 2000. I think Stone Cold took it back because of the alliance, and then 2002, Stone Cold and Rock were kind of out the door. So,
right. And Rock did disappear for a little bit, too. By the time they decide to pull the trigger on LA Knight, if they do so, the momentum more than likely will die down and it'll be too late, thus dropping the ball again. Noob, what's good, bro? Thank you. I'm worried where the Usos go if Jay doesn't win that back to chasing Sammy and KO. We could see that again. I don't know. LA Knight not winning was a big letdown, but hey, at least they didn't let Logan Paul win, so that's a plus.
Touche, my brother. You're correct about that.
Guy Will Gamble said World Wrestling farm duration. Orton as a face was the issue, not Orton winning the belt necessarily. Nah, they didn't want him to have that, man. He broke that record. They were like, yeah, beat it. I mean, I know that he was like trashing hotel rooms and stuff. My point is this, with what I was telling Sean about that was, other than that Undertaker feud and DX, you tell me what else Randy Orton did during that time.
Say it again, Undertaker what?
During that time, with all of them, sorry if you guys hear rain in the background or lots of, it's raining hard here. It just started going crazy. With DX, that feud with DX and Rated RKO and The Undertaker, tell me anything else that Randy Orton did during that time.
Not much. Not much. I don't remember. I mean, it's very foggy. I don't remember.
It's because none of it mattered. He fought Carlito. He did a great RKO on Carlito. That was about it. That was the only other thing I could think of to it. One time for six.
Hogan.
Well,
he feuded with Hogan.
Yeah, we knew how that was going to end, though.
True.
Hogan needed someone to beat because he was angry about everything. Remember when DDP won the title? That was a great moment. He should have beat Goldberg, I still think, though. I absolutely think they will mess this up and have Priest go for Roman. I hope not.
Yep.
Who's do a debate on this podcast, the worst reign of terror, Triple H or Double J? I don't.
That's tough.
Kyrie, I just saw Sound of Freedom, amazing movie. I have not seen that. I am not too familiar with that one. Derek shouting you out, Hubs.
I appreciate you.
Good thing come to these.
Facts, bro. Like, shut up, Triple H. Good things come to those. Good, suck it. How about that? He becomes such, and I would shake his hand and I would say, Triple H, thank you for all your contributions, but don't be that guy. Don't turn into Mr. Corporate now, because you're starting to become that guy all of a sudden. Good things come to those who wait. Was good things coming to those who wait when Stone Cold said he wasn't going to lose to you at SummerSlam? How about that?
Original Biggie came in here. Did somebody say playing games? Not gonna lie, it's like every time a wrestler gets over on their own organically, promotions usually F it up.
Come on, thank you, McKinney.
Fans got to keep it going too, though. You can't, as soon as someone gets the title, turn on them too. Like MJF, I thought told it great when he won the belt. He's like, "Don't worry, in a couple months, everyone's gonna say I suck. Take the belt off of me. I'm no good." He knew it. He called everyone out the moment he won it, and I thought that was smart for him to do that. That was it. The face run was so trash. How do you keep the Usos and Roman on the same brand after the Bloodline story is over? Is that where they make a trade or something? I think Roman disappears for a little bit, not that long though.
Could disappear with Jay as a champion, but that sounds like a good idea.
Right? Thank you, BJ. Here comes Derek. Come on, bro. Another one. Not a fan. I mean, a young Randy did have the great match with, we'll just call him Voldemort at the time, and he RKO'd Hulk Hogan on the back of that trunk. I'd go back and watch that every Black History month.
Wow, yo, Sick is hilarious, bro.
Knock it off, BJ. I do not know if I want to see that movie, Eric. Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep it moving. Let me ask you this question before we move on to the next match. Is Damian Priest winning a championship with that briefcase?
He's winning a championship. He's not going to win a world championship.
Oh no! You say they're going to do it again, bro? Don't say
why would they leave that door open? They're trying to prep us for it right now. He's going to cash in on one of the lower titles. He's not going to win the world title from Seth, and he's certainly not going to win it from Roman.
If he wins the Intercontinental Championship and y'all don't boo this, I will be very upset. If you're in that building that night, you better boo. I don't even know what to turn my head. This better not happen, bro. You have a shot at any championship. There wasn't one good moment for you to cash in on someone. People get hit by cars, buses, bitten by snakes in this company all the time. You couldn't find a great time in a year to be like, yeah, you know what? Let me go get that world title real quick. Oh, I hope they don't do that to that.
That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna win a lower title.
Watching Hulk Hogan get RKO'd for Black History Month is crazy. Hey, nothing
you can say.
Intercontinental title match, real quick. Gunther, Matt Riddle. This match, was this feud really about his foot?
I don't know. I just know this. I know the Riddle energy is gone. I don't think anybody's feeling this kid. It's a wrap. Send him to Velocity.
I feel bad for Riddle a little bit too, though, because I heard a story about him recently that I liked a lot, where Vince brought him into his office and told him that there's a lot of people mad at him. I don't know if you remember when he first came up and they were like, "Why are you so upset? You know, like why are people mad at you? Why does Brock Lesnar want to rip your head off if you're around?" And he was like, "I don't know." And he was like, "Don't you think that's a problem?" He was like, "I don't care. What's he gonna do? Fight me? Tell him to fight me." Oh, Riddle was just sitting in the chair nonchalant. You want to do something? Let's do it. Like, fight me then.
I respect him as a man, but let's call a spade a spade. As far as a character, he's not really over right now.
Well, nah, that's not. I don't blame him for that either. This is WWE's version of Matt Riddle, bro. You know, high times at whatever you want to call it. You know, that's how they write all their characters. Yeah, man. You know what you're into, man. You know what you like. You like smoking that green, right, man? I mean, that's all they. I just hate the way they portray those characters.
420, everything is him being a goofball. Like he's like a tough guy, but like they book him so poorly. But you know,
to quote JR, too much ha ha.
Yeah.
Too much funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, picture of Priest is insane, shatter me into pieces. To keep the Judgment Day while it's going on, having cash in on Sammy and Kay. Oh no, not the tag belts.
You know what's sad? That's actually something that could happen.
I don't think Priest is going to cash in on a mid-card title, Noob says. We'll see.
Alive, dude, because I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
I agree that should not happen. I hope I'm wrong, but knowing WWE, it will. What up, Gomar? What up?
What up?
Winning this match was the right choice, obviously, because none of us believed that Matt Riddle was going to dethrone him anyway.
Exactly.
Juke said show Funaki for IC champ. Funaki's #1 fan. Juke, what up? Riddle is a curse. Randy Orton, the Rascals, he's no good. No good. Drew came back during this. Are you hyped for Drew? Can Drew be the guy to dethrone? I have a fear now that Drew could take the belt from Gunther if he hasn't re-signed.
Yeah, well, but you know, Drew should take a hard look in the mirror and see where his career is at, because I guess him being world champion is out the window.
I mean, I felt bad for Drew too, though. Like, his title reign just couldn't have happened at a worse time.
Yeah, he got stuck with the pandemic. I mean, it's really unfortunate. I agree.
Let's get into stuff that doesn't make sense. The women's tag team titles. Remember those NXT belts that they took and combined with this? So we went right back to doing the original thing that we should have just done. Let's talk about wasting time. I'm sorry to be that guy, but I'm being honest. Like, you're wasting time. So Raquel and Liv Morgan get their tag title shot. They come out here. Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, they're a team. Things are going well. It's a good match. Liv Morgan is in an ankle lock and an armbar-like type of submission from two women from the UFC. Incredible that she didn't tap out. And then Shayna Baszler randomly just beats up Ronda. Why would you do that in a tag team title match where you've been working with the person for more than 50% of the match? Sean?
The WWE are idiots.
Well, they put the belts back on Liv Morgan and your girl Raquel.
Oh, God, why is she smiling so much? She looks like a blithering idiot. I cannot stand her now. Like, honestly, like, like a year ago or 2 years ago when she was in NXT, when she was Big Mama Cool, I would have never said Liv Morgan is better than her. Liv Morgan, I respect Liv Morgan more than I respect Raquel Rodriguez. It's out of control. And then winning the titles makes no sense, and Shayna turning on Ronda makes no sense. The whole thing made no sense.
Yeah. To answer Six's question about Riddle, he said, I followed Riddle when he was in the UFC and the Ultimate Fighter. He was definitely a weed head back then. I think that's why he left the UFC. Yes, that's why they did get rid of him. Him and Dana White often have words with each other. Priest and Dom cashing in on Sammy and KO. Oh lordy. Priest cashing in on Mommy. LOL. Would you stop it? Stop it.
I would catch it in for a date with Mommy.
Gunther.
Listen.
Dear Buddy Matthews, we don't want any smoke over
Rhea
here.
Ripley's a beautiful lady, but Buddy Murphy, she's taken. I respect it.
Buddy Murphy gonna come over here. He's tired of y'all talking about his girl Dominic and everybody.
Listen, I'm telling you, if they have them kiss on camera, I'm telling because they are very close on camera.
Right? Gunther was a good match, and I cringed a little when he was getting his ankle chopped and slapped.
That was so awesome, though. Gunther is so talented.
Gunther injuring Riddle's ankle further cemented that. Yeah, let's also talk about that turn that shocked the world. Yeah, they tried. They tried. Shayna did to Ronda what Priest should have done to Balor. LOL. I feel bad for Drew and WWE, and Hikaru Shida and AW became champs during the height of the pandemic. So much craziness was going on in the world that nobody cared or noticed.
Very good point.
Yeah, happy living. Raquel won. Raquel got a reason to smile now. They won. Rousey back to UFC. She ain't going back there. She gonna get tore up if she goes back there.
She might go back now that the girl that kicked her tail retired.
Maybe, but I don't know, man. That one armbar stuff ain't working no more.
I'm just saying, Amanda Nunes is who she was afraid of, so Amanda Nunes just retired.
So the rumor is Shayna and Ronda's supposed to be for Mania, but word is Ronda's leaving after SummerSlam, so they're pushing the match now. What a sad run overall. Baszler turned on Rousey. I can't repeat that, but I'll put it up for those live in the chat to see. This is why it's important to be in here live on YouTube with us. Foolishness. Cody and Dominic, I was a little saddened by this. This was a very ho-hum match.
Of course it was.
I thought Brock was going to come out. I did very bad on this show, by the way, for predictions. I got a couple, but I got this wrong. I thought Dominic was going to win. I thought Brock would come back, cost Cody the match. This is our third match now for SummerSlam, Cody and Brock. Oh. But be on the lookout. It's happening in the next week or two. Brock will be back and tearing him up.
This is the...
Get in.
WWE is trash, bro.
Did I not say this about the mid-card when they were like, there's storylines in the mid-card? I'm like,
oh my God. It's like, it gets worse every single week. Monday Night Raw is horrible, bro. Good God. It's like, this is out of control how bad this is. Outside of Seth and the Bloodline, WWE sucks, bro. Good grief.
I've been trying to tell him. Listen, so we get into the women's Money in the Bank. I actually thought this was better than the men's Money in the Bank.
It was.
I thought it was really good. They told elements of stories. I forgot Trish is added in here. Just act like she's there somewhere.
Yeah, she should.
If you were watching the Attitude Era, I know you know how to put Trish's face anywhere. Pause. Going back into it.
No pause. No pause.
Play.
There you go. Nice. See, I like when we get underhanded Conrad. Conrad doesn't pull out the big guns with every once in a blue moon.
That's because of cancel culture.
There you go.
Back in the day, he was wild with the comments. I thought everyone did great in this, though. I really liked what they did. You had partners in this, Damage Control, Trish, and Zoe. I thought Zelina Vega made that spot with Zoe, the power bomb. Zelina Vega
did good. She did really good, and so did Stark. She did good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ronda was underappreciated in my opinion. She had dealt better with the crowd reactions. Ronda was a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, she needs work. She's not a WWE person.
I'm happy Cody and Dom wasn't the main event. I would have flipped if I saw that.
That was a rumor too. Good Lord.
Right? Oh, press play to that. He put fast forward. Stop it.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Put Trish's face anywhere.
Don't get me in trouble for that.
That was awesome.
Trish, I love and respect you. You're one of my favorites.
Trish, I love you too, but put your face anywhere does not. I'm not taking it back. I'll pick up that mantle for you, brother.
That's all you. Io wins Money in the Bank. I thought it was clever how Becky had handcuffs around her, but she fought it off, and then Io used the handcuffs to handcuff her and Bayley so that they couldn't get up there, and then she climbed over Bayley's symbolism to get the Money in the Bank. I want to see Io versus Asuka as soon as possible, and I hope that they make it a legitimate match at like SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, we all know what's coming down the pike with Bayley and Io. That breakup is imminent. I wonder what the third member of Damage Control has to say about all this.
Yeah, injured too. So
no, I'm saying Dakota Kai is definitely out, but I'm saying like, does she make an appearance? Does she get caught between the two?
Yeah, back in the day, they would have had her at least on like some type of video graphic, like maybe at least saying everything's fine here.
But that would be a good idea.
Right. And I get this is gonna sound mean, bro, but I thought this was a disappointing match.
How could you not think it was disappointing? That match was hot garbage. Those are two of the best in the world, and it was a poorly performed match. And Damian Priest being out there was corny to me.
Oh, Noob. Hold on. I got to read Noob. Noob said, I believe it's going to be a failed cash in on Asuka because of Bayley just to keep Asuka away from Charlotte Flair until their rematch at WrestleMania 40. Man, you could be right. Io climbing over Bayley was pure art. Io Sky winning the Money in the Bank fell right in the call. Was Zelina Vega was the unsung hero of the match. I agree. This match was underwhelming. Not their best, Seth and Balor. Wow.
Their match 7 years ago was way better.
Jocelyn, if they don't have Io and Asuka, they'll be a waste of two talents. But then again, WWE will end it with it being a three-way with Charlotte. Oh, no. Well, listen, in the end, I think this is Balor just loses again. He loses to Seth. Sean, am I wrong? Like for my I don't care. Like I'm at the point for reasoning for things. I can't make myself care anymore.
How can you care? How can you continue to invest when there's no?
If you put Finn Balor in a title match, you tell me truthfully that you're like, you know what? He's got a shot here. Not with the build he's had.
I have never seen somebody get totally destroyed when they should have had. I mean, Finn Balor's comeback from that arm injury that cost him the Universal title. Everybody thought as soon as he gets back, he's going to be right back in the mix. It took him 7 years. He faced Brock a couple years ago at Royal Rumble. He got destroyed. I mean, it's like they're breaking this kid down. I say kid, he's an older guy now, but they're breaking this guy down. And it's like they're totally underutilizing him. But then again, I mean, this is what I'm saying, bro. Underutilized is the word of the day. They do this all the time. Unless your name is Charlotte Flair or Roman Reigns, and I like Roman Reigns. See, this is the difference. Roman Reigns being on top all the time makes sense because Roman Reigns is the best performer in the company, outside of somebody I like to call the revolutionary, the visionary, the guy, the drip god, other than the drip god. But see, Roman Reigns is awesome. Charlotte Flair, unless your name is Charlotte Flair, I mean, Finn Balor's awesome. And by the way, another guy that they underutilize, is AJ Styles ever going to fight a meaningful match again?
I can't explain why AJ's not used. It's sad. And I hope Anderson and Gallows are joining them checks because if I'm any company, I don't touch them ever again. So stack it up. Matt Lopez wants to bring up, we didn't talk about this. I guess I saved this.
Baby.
Crave, you don't get out here with the pancake.
No, we can't. I'm lazy for cheesy. Oh, man. I was talking about this on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Rock, good God Almighty. You love this industry so much, but you can't come. You know something? John Cena has earned my respect. John Cena was one of the most annoying champions of all time. But you know something? John Cena will show up. He will. I mean, Rock doesn't come outside. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Good point by ML. I was talking about that on Hubbard. Rock, don't tell me how much you love this business ever again. You're a movie star. Stay home.
Right. Quill said Balor deserves better in his point there. Not bad. Keep Charlotte off my TV screen. Sick replies to Matt saying one is more successful outside of the ring than the other, which means one has more commitments than the other, in my opinion.
Oh, Sick, I hear you, brother, but come on, man.
No.
You're Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You're the biggest movie star in the world. At least last year he was. Are you telling me you can't show up one day a year? Cut it out.
Guy Will Gamble said everything Cena said in those promos is true.
But you need to, Conrad, you need to go into what you were telling me.
Oh no, I'm about to. I'm just I let the people speak first.
I like that Cena showed up. I respect him for showing up, but I don't necessarily like what he had to say.
Oh no. This is where I get the moment for 1 second.
Oh yes.
John Cena, he does all these Make-A-Wishes. I respect that, right? I want to just let that be known. I appreciate it. He's done stuff for people that I know personally that are like friends of mine. All right. But John Cena has harmed this business more than people know. Did you hear the guy who was calling the action? Wade Barrett. You know who harmed Wade Barrett? The guy in the ring that you're cheering. Yay, he's back. Yay. He's the reason Wade Barrett's sitting at an announce desk. He's the reason your favorite probably ain't around no more. All right? Yay, John. Yippee. Skippy. He's got his shorts on. Throw your hat to me, please. Come on with a new $40 t-shirt. This is garbage.
I like Petty Conrad. I like Petty.
No, Petty is not the least of it. I'm going CM Punk on this full blown. Okay. You mean to tell me that you decided on all days, you were like, you know what? Sean, today would be a good day for us to try to get London WrestleMania 41. Let's have John Cena go out there and do a promo about it. You've never tried to get WrestleMania anywhere. If someone could tell me a promo where they were like, we should bring WrestleMania to Iowa. We should bring WrestleMania to Florida. We should bring WrestleMania to Texas. You know why that doesn't happen? Because they don't do it. You know why? Because it doesn't matter because you got to bid for it anyway. And everybody knows that now. Don't you even play these games with me. Don't. They went out there because they were purposely trying to hurt AEW. They knew what they were doing. Oh, let's be funny. Let's be cheeky. This is tribalism. No, this is me calling out the bullshit that people let go down every single week. I got to put explicit on this now because I'm getting mad.
It's okay.
No, this is garbage. This is the same stuff Vince McMahon did to Georgia Championship Wrestling. This is all those little games that people like to let them play. What about all the money WWE makes? If they didn't care, they wouldn't say anything. But well, this is business, pal. You got to be ruthless. But you don't care about your competition, but you do stuff like that. Oh, they're not competition today, but then tomorrow they are. They did this on purpose. You cannot convince me any other way. And I know people will be like, well, WrestleMania will be a whole nother year later, so this isn't really going to hurt. There's going to be people who have to save their money.
W pay-per-view is like a month away.
Yeah, they have people who need to save their money for this. Don't go to that show. You might get this one.
And I want to go on the record here saying that I did not pick up on it. I'm not a John Cena fan, but I was very caught up in the fact that John Cena showed up and the whole Leezy Fashizi comment about how Rock can't come out but Cena can. I was very much impressed with John Cena for coming out. But me and Conrad were on the phone, and Conrad explained to me, yeah, but did you hear what he said? And when I thought about it, I was like, ooh, yeah, that's petty and that's underhanded and it's wrong, and I don't like it. I agree.
And by the way, in that segment, Grayson Waller held his own. I told y'all, watch this dude. If they could mix him in Theory together, they'd have their new superstar. I'm telling you. That's what they got to do. Cena and his shovel. You already know, Deanna. You already know. The golden shovel, someone said. Petty Tendergrass. I don't care. I don't like when they do that stuff.
By the way, hi, Deanna. Appreciate you.
Want Wade Barrett to wrestle again? I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
Sick. You're on a roll today, bro.
John Cena is one of my all-time favorites. Showing up was a great sight, but what he said was kind of putting his foot in his mouth in regards to WrestleMania in London. If they don't get London, I hope y'all mad about it because they definitely teased you guys with that. That changed all the excitement. I saw so many people light up with excitement. And listen, if you get it, I'm not mad at you, London. But guess what? They're going to be charging your city at the same time. This ain't no like, we love you so much, we'll do it for free. They want the bread. How are they going to bring a show to you and charge you? Don't get me started again. I felt that before pay-per-view. I'm surprised y'all waited now to speak on it. WWE is going to try and bury AEW. That's why it was said. Yep. Middle finger WWE. But this, they're setting themselves up to capitalize off of it if AEW does well. People are going to sell their cars for WrestleMania. Oh, and they also want that record now. If AEW breaks that record, they're going to be upset because they're not the number one wrestling company in the world who has the record for the stadium. It's what they do, man. Yeah, they definitely had Cena come out and announce that to hurt AEW across the pond sales. Mainly public stunt or publicity stunt to counter AEW. It's a foul side of the game. Deanna says, hey. Twitter blew up when the WWE pay-per-view was coming to Indianapolis. Not one news station brought it up that day. Terrible. We'll see what happens with all of these. Sean, I wanted to talk Money in the Bank cash-ins. Some of the favorites, because we got some people who might need some help with some good cash-in scenarios. Do you have a favorite?
Mine is the first one. Honestly, I really, nobody really knew what it was, and nobody really knew how it was going to go down. And Edge winning the very first one and holding it for so long, I don't think people really forgot about it, but it kind of became a mainstay seeing him walk down the aisle with Lita in the briefcase. I just remember vaguely watching New Year's Revolution, and after Edge lost by disqualification an Intercontinental Championship match to Ric Flair, he was talking to the coach backstage, and he said, and watch this on the network if you guys get a chance, New Year's Revolution 2006, he said, I'm not worried about losing this match. I have bigger things on my mind. And I just remember thinking to myself, that's weird. But I didn't think of it. And Cena wins wins Elimination Chamber, and then he comes and cashes it in. Fun fact about that match. This is for you too, Conrad. Did you know Mike Chioda counted 3 on the first spear, which wasn't supposed to end the match?
Really?
He hit the mat 3 times. But the match continued. It went off without a hitch. It wasn't a problem. But Mike Chioda hit the mat 3 times by accident. And then obviously Edge hit the second spear and won the match. So my favorite Money in the Bank cash-in of all time is the first one, Edge, 2006.
Now, I lost some of the pictures that I had up here last week, but Del Rio and Ziggler was a classic. I was there at that Mania. People wanted that to happen so bad that night. And then I left because I couldn't get Raw tickets. So I'm like, I'm on my way home, and I'll never forget crowding around some dude on the train's laptop. I don't even know this dude. But we were all wrestling fans, and we all knew he was like, yo, everybody come here. I think they're about to do a cash-in. And we were like, what? And he pulled up the laptop. There's like 60 people on the train. I'm sure if somebody needs to get through, we would have got cussed out. Like, what are you guys doing? And I just remember zigzag 1, 2, 3, and Ziggler went crazy for it. And that was Dolph's time, man. I really feel bad for that dude because I thought he really deserved it. That is a good one. And the chat is letting us know some of their favorite cash-ins here. McKinney said if WWE goes to London, it'll be in 2025 or 6 because the bidding war after Philly has begun. And oh my goodness, he said that he doesn't think that the UK's in the running. CM Punk on Jeff Hardy. McKinney, you know I got that one up in here. Hold on, do I have a picture? Yes, that one made it. CM Punk on Jeff Hardy I thought was a great one. I love that one just because it cemented a heel turn during a cash-in where I was like, oh, this is not the right way, Phil. What are you doing? And that led to a big rivalry between him and Jeff, which I thought was great. That helped carry SmackDown at the time.
Yeah, I like the Street. I was a big Jeff fan, but the Street Edge Society was fun.
Yeah, I loved it. Trying to think of some other ones that I appreciate. This is a sleeper one that I always bring up. Dean Ambrose cashing in on Seth Rollins and the homies. Did you know that every member of the Shield pinned the other member to get their first championship?
That's a nice little fact you just gave.
Seth Rollins pinned Roman. Roman penned Ambrose. Ambrose penned Seth.
Nice.
So, very good. Cashed in right on that night because when there's two Money in the Bank briefcases, you can't have them both having it too long.
And you know something? Ambrose told the world he would do that on Raw the previous Monday. He was like, "I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna win the briefcase, and I'm gonna cash in the same night." And I don't know about you, but I was kind of like, "Yeah, whatever. Like, why would you say that ahead of that? They're not gonna do it." And he did it. I was like, "Oh crap."
Yeah. Ambrose was good, man. I really enjoyed him. I'm just trying to see if anyone else pulls up some of those. Ziggler is my favorite. Someone says Ziggler cashing in as well deserved the moment in an alternative universe. Ziggler could have had more meaningful career if he didn't get hurt. Yeah, that sucked. Mine is kind of recent. I like Big E's cashing on Bobby Lashley. It was I almost put that one in too, but it was an honorable black man to get his just due for that time. Big E deserved that. I remember that was like buzzing all day on social media. Imagine MJF cutting promos at WWE about being the biggest draw in the shows in London if WrestleMania goes there. You never know. You never know. Another one I can appreciate was Rob Van Dam. Is Rob Van Dam the only person to cash in like straight up and like tell you like you're gonna meet me here and this is what we're doing?
No. John Cena also did against CM Punk, but was unsuccessful.
Correction, successfully cash in.
Yeah, successfully, yes.
Yeah. I love that one night stand show though with Rob Van Dam. It had a weird
one night stand to me.
Did you go to that?
Huh?
Did you go to that?
Oh, I wasn't there.
Come on.
I wasn't there. No, that doesn't mean I didn't try. It was first of all, there's not a lot of seats in the Hammerstein Ballroom, so it sold out quickly.
I needed you to throw that shirt back. Next time they show up there for you better be there, Sean. Throw it back. That was one of my favorites. They kept doing it. He kept throwing it out there. Great. My favorite cash in though, it is not the CM Punk one. It's not RVD, even though RVD is probably in my top 5. The night the man stole the title. The greatest cash in to me is Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 31. There was a match with Roman Reigns and Brock going on in the ring. Bloody mouths. Roman Reigns got the mess knocked out of him all night. And his family was sitting there. Yes, we've got this big moment. Curb stomp. Boom. Caught him and gets the big W. I loved it. I thought it was really good how they did
that. Cash-in was epic.
I love it. I can remember that moment. There was so much about that I just remember. Where I was like, man, what a time. The show just went off, and you see him swinging the belt. If you're a Ring of Honor fan, I was like, oh, man, this is like Tyler Black. I love it, dude. So good, and I just love it. Matt Lopez says, I went to that one night stand in 2006. Insane crowd. I loved it.
Nice.
The ECW one night stand shows were awesome. I love those. Yeah, I remember I ordered the first one, or I didn't order. I watched it with a friend. Good times. Rollins, because it was never expected at Mania. Yes. I can agree with this. The night Seth stole WrestleMania.
That's right.
Yeah. Sika was not happy about that catch. No, he wasn't.
No, he was not.
I heard Vince was hiding in the trailer after, like, oh, what do you need? What do you want? Other than that, we got. You want to talk a little AEW here first? The game. I want to get your thoughts on this game here, man. Did you cop it? Have you played it?
Yeah, I played it.
Well, what do you think? Honestly, like truthfully, like real talk feedback.
I don't think it's for me, bro. I don't think it's for me.
Wow. Why not? Why not?
Because I love WrestleMania and I love No Mercy. I don't know, man. It seems very limited to me, man. And I'm big on entrances too. I'm big on custom, custom celebrations. I'm big on intricate storylines. The game left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I'm sorry to say, bro. I'm sorry to say. I just don't think it's for me. And I think I was so hyped because everybody was saying that if you were a fan of WrestleMania, if you were a fan of No Mercy, especially, that you're gonna love this game. So I went into it with that kind of anticipation. And I just was like, ugh. It's not a bad game. It's just not.
So do you think you went in expecting too much No Mercy?
I will probably admit that. I think I went in expecting No Mercy 2.0. Yes.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna pull up something. I swore I retweeted it. Maybe I quote tweeted it. Where is it? Where is it?
And by the way, I'm very sad to say that because I really had a lot of hope for that game. And you made me excited about it, and a lot of people made me excited about it. And I started playing. I was like, ugh. I was like, is that all? And I don't want to be funny about, like, I don't want to be a jackass about it, but I just kind of was like,
well, see, I'm gonna do like like an in-depth kind of review on it. I'm hoping within the next few days here. I got to sit down and actually write stuff out for it though, because
yeah,
I want to get all my thoughts out so that it can actually be used. But I do. So I think the gameplay is great. It feels like the No Mercy games, and
right,
I call them the Aki games. Like, to me, they were shooting to be No Mercy possibly, but I think it fell along like that World Tour. Like, it feels like the first. Like, you didn't get it fully the way you wanted it, but you're getting there. And
right,
here's the beauty with this. This isn't like the 64. I wish I had it, where you have a cartridge. The cartridge you can't do nothing with. Once it's in, once that little disc thing's in, all the info on it is what you got. But now we have downloadable content. We have updates. You can do that now. You can make fixes. You can adjust the game. And Kenny Omega was getting into people's threads on Twitter even. Big shout out to Unsanctioned. He went into his Twitter thread. He was like, yeah, man, we're listening to the feedback and everything else. Like, he's taking it very seriously. And then he was interviewed by Uprocks today. Give them full credit for this. He said, Kenny Omega, when talking about AEW Fight Forever, added that relationships with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor, there are a lot more possibilities what we can include when we start designing the game. And he had mentioned additions to the Create a Wrestler mode. I think they're adding stuff in. I think there's just...
Let me tell you things about me that I enjoy. I enjoy intricate entrances. I enjoy create a belt more than I enjoy create an arena. I wish there were more titles. I think only having 6 titles is kind of corny. Not that AEW should have more than 6 titles. I'm just saying, like, I would have loved to have been able to create more. I don't like the fact the entrances are so short. I don't. I kind of feel like that's part of the experience. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. Like, I don't want to be unfair because it's like I'm so excited that there's an alternative to WWE, but it's just I don't know, man. I can't even. I wish I could express it. I wish I could be more articulate in how I feel. I wasn't feeling it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
See, I felt different. I felt refreshed. Like, I've been missing this from those games. When I play WWE, it's so standard, and I was like, boom, boom, boom. And I hear a lot of people saying things, Sean, and don't get mad when I say this, y'all. Like, I don't mean this disrespectfully because I suffer from it too. I call it WWE brain. You think things are supposed to be a certain way. I saw people complaining about the button layout. I'm like, bro, it's a new game.
Yeah, you shouldn't have complained about button layout. Yeah.
But people were making the buttons like the WWE game, and I'm like, why are you doing this to yourselves? And then they were like, yeah, where's community creations and all that stuff? And I'm like, I hear you guys, but WWE has 20 plus years of video game development. Like, they've built their engines like a cake. Imagine you're just stacking layers on a cake. That's what they've done this whole time. This is their first game. They built this. Like, here's a piece. Draw it, make it happen for me.
Your point is kind of not really making your point. If that makes any sense, I know that's not proper English. You're saying that WWE has more of a foundation, which is true, and we should all take into consideration that AEW does not have that foundation. However, since WWE does have that foundation, that's the reason why the WWE game is better. Again, you know me, bro. How freaking, what's the word I'm looking for? How critical of WWE am I, right? I'm very critical of World Wrestling Entertainment, but their game is just better. It's just better. Okay, how about this? To be fair, is AEW Fight Forever better than WWE 2K20? Yes. 2K20 was one of the worst games ever made. But is AEW Fight Forever better than WWE 2023? No.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. Okay. I can tell you the truth, Sean. I have not picked up that game. I want to stream it. I feel like I should be able to, but something's missing. I don't feel it. I think it's just been the same thing for years and years and years. Like, I look at calls, I'll download them, and then maybe I'll use them once, twice, and then it just flies to the side. I don't know why I feel that way about WWE's product and everything else with it. So that's kind of my issue with it. I'm with me. Tell Derek to get over here. Derek's been ducking. That's why we haven't had this match yet. Derek's been ducking, probably getting his practice in, learning some cheater codes. Be prepared. Matt says I'm enjoying the game with its limitation. Which kick out mechanic and reversal controls were different. Don't touch that. Don't touch that kick out. I don't want to see that NBA 2K shot meter like they have in WWE games. Don't do that. Because no, I knew people who would kick out of everything. You don't want that. So Derek is eating that steak bagel.
No. I gotta correct you. You can't kick out of everything in WWE 2K. If you sit up here and you have a situation where you've gotten beat up for 15 minutes, that sway thing back and forth is hard to catch.
We're sick and some of the XGW homies in here. Tell this man when we used to play this. Sean, we are the people you hate online.
Okay.
I hit him with 8 finishers. 2 kick out again. Like, there's no way, bro. There's no way.
The idea of being able to have the timing, because by the time you get 8 finishers, the meter's going like this. You have to catch it.
Now, though, they just did that this year. Before that, it was not like that.
Okay.
I could tell you where the meter was going to be. Like, it's going to be right here, little piece. You time it perfectly, you'll get it. And some of those people were really good at doing it. 6 said, I really like the game. Is it lacking? Yes, but it's not a yearly release. This is what I like about it. They told you from the jump, though, like, we're going to release a game and we're going to give you more stuff, but we're not coming out with this game every year. I can appreciate. That's why I don't like WWE. They're like, yeah, Sean, fork over your $120 for the best edition, and you'll get the same one next year, bud. We'll see you next year. 120. Have it ready for us. Well, what am I getting for this?
What you just said is the reason why I have, and I'm going on record. I have never bought anything but the standard edition of WWE video game, and I never will. I will never buy special edition, Cena edition, NWO edition. I will never ever do that.
Gomar, we gotta talk to you here in a second. AEW game gives me Def Jam vibes too. Yeah, the big hands for real. Gomar said the only wrestling game I still play to this day is SmackDown versus Raw 08.
That game is fire. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's not. I'm here to let y'all know that is the worst game in this franchise.
Here Comes the Pain was good too.
I love Here Comes the Pain. 08 is bad. It is bad. That was the one that made me turn to leagues, bro. That's why I got into all that stuff. I have fun with the game. I feel it'll get better with updates and add-on. NBA 2K shot. Matt, say I'm lying, bro. I got people that sick and all them in this chat will let you know. Big Hubs never met my man named Killer Kev. That's exactly who I thought of. Kicking out of 8 moves. I'm like, bro.
Oh my God. Look at Guy Gamble's comment.
You not buying 2K25 Bloodline Edition with Jay on the cover with the belt? That must be custom. That ain't happening.
No. You know what he's saying? Like, I just said I would never buy anything with standard. You know what? Damn it, Gamble. If you give me WWE 2K25 with Jey Uso as the
$150 with every member of the Bloodline in Rock DLC, Hollywood Rock DLC. What other? Rocky Maivia with the Jerry Curl DLC.
I would. You know what, Conrad? You're the only one on the air with me. This is our show, but I want everybody who could say or who could comment. I like to think I'm a truthful guy. Yes, I like to think I'm an honorable man. But you know what? For the first time in the history of Clash of the Podcast or Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, I have been made a liar. Yes, if they came out with WWE 2K25 Bloodline Edition with Jey Uso as the undisputed champion, I would pay $250. Damn it! I'm telling you that right now, bro. They would hook me with that one.
Original Biggie, a man of video games as well, says when WWE 2K is better than AEW, when it comes to video games, what it's really saying is that things are still broken in WWE 2K. That is also true. Gomar said, I loved 08. Man, 08 was a harsh one for me, man. I remember I thought the roster was going to be huge. You know what it is? I've learned to check my expectations when you're on a new system for the first time because you never get a great game. Like when 2K15 came out, I think for PS4, I knew instantly. I was like, this is going to be a step down. Cray said AEW Fight Forever equals trash. WWE 2K24 Samoan edition.
Oh, sick! You're killing. You and Gamble are getting me twisted right now, bro. I'm just thinking about Jey Uso with the title on the. Oh my god, the cover.
They're gonna be selling you DLC of people who were already in the game, and now all of a sudden, you know how many times we downloaded Doink? Someone tell me how many times we had to download Doink the Clown.
No, but listen, Conrad, we got to take a moment, bro. Between Gamble started it and Sick kept it going, bro. The do you look at my face? Look at my face. WWE 2K24, I guess it would be Bloodline Edition.
I thought we were getting it already. I wouldn't be
Conrad, listen to me, bro. I think Gamble has, even though he was trying to mess with me, he might have stumbled on something, bro. Listen, the Bloodline Edition? Are you kidding me?
Listen, we're going to get a Cody Rhodes one, too, looking like Dipset all over the cover. Whoa! You know, he'll probably have like 2K on the back of his jacket when he does it, pandering. When I was younger.
No, but you can't, Conrad, you know me, I'm not going to let this go. Did Gamble and Sick just stumble on something right here, bro?
WWE 2K24, the Brudda edition.
Did they stumble on something right here?
No, I think
2K24, the Bloodline edition. I'm fired up just thinking about it.
A lot of people thought that the cover this year was going to be Cody or Roman.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if they give Roman was on 2K20. You better not ever put him on that cover again. He's probably like, burn it. I wasn't on there.
You guys got me fired up for the first time. Oh my god.
Juke will never get custom soundtracks in a wrestling game again. Sorry to disappoint. Just letting you know. McKinney said I still have Here Comes the Pain on PS2. Here Comes the Pain is a great, man. It's up there. It's probably top 5 wrestling games of all time.
Here Comes the Pain was fire.
This might be a good idea. You know what that means? Someone said Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Ow. Jewel's dip. Let me stop. I see games like phones. It'll take a few fixes to update the bugs. Don't use it right away if pre-ordered. Good
point, Jocelyn. Very well, very articulately said. Very smart.
Like I said, I got faith in this. I'm sure me and Sean will revisit this in a couple. He'll probably be asking me in a couple weeks, like, what's the game now? I'm interested in a year from now. The day before the 4th of July in 2024, I want to know how we feel about that game then. That'll be it.
Well, by then I'll be playing WWE Bloodline Edition. I won't care.
Yeah, we'll see if they add anybody to that roster.
Yeah, fact.
Hiring freeze, you know?
Good point.
You know? Guys, get ready for Monday Night Raw tonight. We've got a big matchup here with
A big match. Yo, chat.
Let me sell right now.
Conrad is in his bag. You understand me? Conrad is so sarcastic tonight, bro. What's going on with you? Wow.
Listen.
Big time match between Rhea and Natalya.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one quick thing to make you laugh a little bit. There was a post going on. Oh, please stop doing that. There was a.
Sean, quit kidding with the folks at home, man. It'll happen if it's
you're out of control at this point. You're out of control at this point. So check this out. A quick thing to make you laugh. Yo, Natalya was on social media. She set a couple of Guinness World Records for. Who cares, bro?
Bro, that's WWE publicity, though. That's free publicity.
Bruh. Okay, you've been with the company mad long and you have the most matches. What's your win-loss record? Let me see that.
That was what somebody had brought up. They were like, let me see this. They were
Natty has had 1,500 matches. She's 1,400. She's 100 and 1,400 in her career. Like, stop, bro.
Guy will gamble. I appreciate it.
No, he's cooking all right.
Monday Night Myth, somebody said. I've heard Monday Night Raffle. I've heard a lot of good ones. Big match. Natty ain't winning. Natty got 6 world plaques. Y'all better respect her. I love Natty. Natty's actually the reason why a lot of people who you probably are like, how did they get so much better? It's probably because of Natty, truthfully.
Yeah, whatever.
That's so mean. That's mean.
Please.
Main event tonight. It might be, Vinny. It might be. Hey, Sean, how do you feel with Canelo versus who is that?
Charlo. Excellent question, Emleezy. It would be the fight of the year if it wasn't for Spence versus Crawford. I think Charlo and Canelo is an excellent matchup. Very good question. I'm looking forward to that. Second biggest fight of the year. Nothing's going to eclipse Spence and Crawford, but it was a really good situation.
Let me see here. One of the matches of all time. Rhea Ripley versus Natty again. Are you surprised? Natty got more plaques than championships.
Oh my God, for real, man! Like, let me see your win-loss record, please.
Charlo's been off for 2 years.
That's one of those things where you sit up here. That's a fact, Joel. You sit up. That's something you hear like Natty has set the record for the most matches in WWE, and it's like at first you hear that and it's like, oh, that's awesome, but then you start thinking about it like, okay, and then Natty has the most wrestlers, most matches as a female in WWE. Oh, that sounds cool, and then it's like, all right, well,
then you see that record, you're like, what?
Like, okay, like whatever, like please.
Now you know why I'm not going to Raw next Monday night. Is it here? See, Raw is here, bro. Raw, dude, I've turned down the last 2 times it was here for free. So I got free tickets, bro. You want to go? No, I don't want to go.
Okay, I'm not gonna cap. I would go for free.
I'm not going for free. I don't care what you. No, I just don't feel like dealing with the train. I don't feel like dealing with all that stuff. McKinney says, "Hey, yo, chat. Here's a question for the after party. Who's your favorite wrestler that's not at top 10 that you like just because of their music intro?" Sean Conrad. So wait a minute. I got to start from the beginning. Who's your favorite wrestler that's not on a top 10 that you like just because of their music or intro?
Jey Uso, Shane McMahon. I take that back. The Usos, plural. Shane McMahon, and give me Mr. Perfect.
Man, this is gonna be tough here. Top 10 just because of their music. I liked a lot of like mid dudes back in the day. Like I love D'Lo. Like you get me bring it to the door. Let me see the sky high. That's all I need one time with D'Lo. Give him the chest protector, all that. X-Pac, him just going at it for the European title all day. I'll take that.
The Nation's music was pretty sweet too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Nation with the Rock.
Yeah.
That's my joint.
With the
Godfather too. Godfather is not a great wrestler for anybody who doesn't know. Like Godfather's not in there. We came to see the show, and he always brought the show. Let me see here. Now you know why I'm not going to Raw next Monday. Natty is like Ty Lue. She made the league, but she better off coaching.
Wow, I love it.
That's so rough to hear.
Yo, out of her 1,500 matches, to Vinny's point, out of her 1,500 matches, 750 of them were on Velocity, Heat, or back. It was there's 3 of them: Velocity, Heat, and Main Event.
Someone said Rob Van Dam. What are your thoughts on the rumors of Carlito potentially returning this week? Chris Masters is another one I'll add into there. I didn't like the Master Lock, but the Master Lock was my boy. Like with the music and everything. I thought he came. Glacier, somebody said. Love Glacier. Glacier was all right.
Not to me.
Who better than Canyon?
Bro, they gave him 7 weeks. Glacier. They gave him 7 weeks of promos. 7 weeks of vignettes.
Bro, as kids, didn't you know it was a Mortal Kombat ripoff as soon as you seen it? D'Lo and Owen Hart's music, classic. Oh, The Brood, yes, bro. Yes. I couldn't care less about Gangrel, but when that beat hit, the with the chalice, love it. Val Venus, yes, I loved his music. Oh, Christian's theme, the last one, the if you close your eyes, do. Christian's my boy, man. I'm tired of people disrespecting Christian too. The Christian slander needs to stop.
He's the TNT champion.
He's not.
Yes, he is. I don't know. I know he has the belt. That's all I know.
No, he doesn't. That's so wrong how they do with my man Luchasaurus.
Look, who walks out with the belt, who holds the belt up, and who's the one celebrating after the match? That's who the champion is in my book.
He's pulling the edge like when he took his King of the Ring trophy.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Ken Kennedy, that was another one. Kennedy. I was more of an MVP guy, I'm not gonna lie, but Ken Kennedy.
1, 2, you hear the clock ticking.
Who made that song?
I don't know.
Silk the Shocker.
You kidding me? That's awesome.
No. Only club or suite level and free food would be. I actually did the last time. I think that was what I turned down was club seating. Glacier's vignettes were crazy. So Sean, what you were practically saying about Natalia is she is mid.
If I were a betting man, I would bet Quills that her record is some. Let's just use a nice round figure of 1,500 matches. I know that's not the number. I would bet her record is somewhere in the 500 wins, 1,000 and 500 is being generous. More like probably 250 wins and 1,250 losses. Dead serious.
Someone said Adam Bomb and the Oddities. Yo, Chronic was over back in the day. Like when WCW was pretty
Chronic
bad.
Was never over.
Chronic was over in WCW.
Never over. Chronic
no,
garbage.
I am not going to let you slander Chronic right now. Chronic, go back. No, I want you to go back and watch Chronic in WC. I'm not saying in WWF. We know what happened. We know what happened there. I just went back and watched. Have you ever heard Undertaker yelling in that match?
What,
lots of explicit language in it.
Unforgiven match?
Was it SummerSlam or Unforgiven? It was one of those shows.
Because the SummerSlam match was Canyon and DDP.
Yeah, you're right. Apologies. Don't check your wrestling history on Sean. So when they had that match, bro, all you can hear is Undertaker yelling F-bombs so loud in the match because they were messing up.
Now, okay.
The Oddity song was great. That was Insane Clown Posse. Glacier Vignette started when Flair was the NWA champ and ended when Goldberg beat Hogan. They were like, yeah, this ain't going to work, kid. Laugh if you want. Dude, I love Alex Wright, too. Alex Wright was my boy. I'm not going to lie. I thought he should have been world champ when I was a kid. I was like, he's going to be great. Man, I cannot read this comment, but I will put it up for people in the chat. Not appropriate at all, good sir. Not appropriate. Let's give Christian his props for being the greatest move of all time. Riding Edge's coattails. Yeah.
Christian is the T. All I know, just from what I see with my eyes, Christian is the TNT champion now, and Christian was the 2001 King of the Ring winner. That's all I remember.
Sean,
I don't know how championships work, bro. Maybe you can educate me. But to me, if you're walking around with the belt or the King of the Ring trophy, that must mean you won something.
Somebody said on everything, Chronic was over for the first couple of weeks. Chronic was over for more than that. Okay.
Chronic was garbage, bro.
Someone remind me next week. We're going to have to ask Sean what was good in the 2000s of WCW in Sean's eyes, because I got to hear this.
Booker T. I can tell you that right now. Booker T.
No. Booker T was good after they got past that Harlem Heat 2000 stuff.
Booker T won his title, he won all 5 of his titles in the year 2000.
No. Clarence Mason and Ahmed Johnson were in WC. I remember he became GI Bro. That is not getting overlooked during this.
Booker T was the
he lost the rights to T. He lost the rights to a letter. What this?
I'm not saying he was his best self in 2000. I'm saying Booker T in his best was 1998. But Booker T in 2000 was pretty freaking good.
Scott Steiner was also a bright spot, even though you could tell he did mad stuff he wasn't supposed to do. I remember that Ric Flair promo, "You crooked yellow teeth," and I was just like, "Oh, he's not supposed to be saying this. He's not supposed to say this." Largest arms in the world. Booker T in Nameless 7-game series was amazing.
That's true. He who will remain nameless versus Booker T 7 matches was awesome.
Just got done listening to Mark Henry's 3-6 Mafia theme. I love that too. That's fantastic. Sean, take us out of here, bro, because we'll be up here talking to old wrestling all day.
And by the way, M. Leezy for Sheezy, yes, CM Punk must be world champion if he has the belt. Just saying. So all I know is this was an awesome show. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I speak for Conrad, both of us, when I say this has been an amazing experience and will continue to be. This is certainly not a side-off for good. It's just a side-off for the week. But we started this last summer, and it's amazing that you guys have actually found us to be somewhat entertaining. I honestly think, a real quick poll before we get off the air, I think we're more entertaining than Raw. I think Monday nights are the most entertaining show on Monday nights is Clash of the Podcast. If you compare Clash of the Podcast to Monday Night Raw, I think we win. So I want to thank you guys. very, very much. As always, God bless each and every one of you. Wherever you guys are going tomorrow for the holiday, I will be traveling for the holiday. So, wherever you may be going, travel safely. Comrade, if you're doing anything, be safe. If you're going to drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive, please. Continue to support pro wrestling, and let's just hope that WWE gets better. Let's hope AEW continues to thrive. Let's hope Impact continues to thrive. Let's hope that New Japan thrives. Let's hope that everybody across the board, AEW, the whole 9 yards. We just want wrestling to be here for our kids, man. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's true. I want my kid. I want all of our kids to grow up with the same feeling that we had. And with that being said, always remember, evil never prevails. For my good friend, my brother from another mother, Conrad Cushman of Everything Pro Wrestling. My name is Sean Hubbard, representing Clash of the Podcast and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. And for real, God bless. Happy 4th of July, and we'll check you next week.